Hey there guys, this is Piper here, and welcome to the next episode of the High Elves campaign on 3rd Age Total War. So if I remember correctly, we're actually up to episode 7, and the previous episode we did a lot of damage to Isengard. We've taken over more settlements to the south, and we fought a large battle right here, I think, or over here. And we defeated a well, actually it was up at South Tharbad, wasn't it? It was up here. We managed to hold out against the Isengard orc army. There's some of the remnants over here. What's that? One unit there, unknown. And I know there's some more orcs over in this kind of sector. But we've done a good job, and part of the campaign is to take out the orcs in Misty Mountains and take out Mordor. So we're going to concentrate on kicking some Isengard ass. You can see here Rohan's border is just down here. Gondor is over here as well. This kind of area. Got that's Minas Tirith right there, and Osgiliath right here as well. So probably the best, because we're playing the long campaign, to check out the overviews here. Got to take over 25 regions. That's quite easy to do, but it's taking out Mordor and the Misty Mountains. So the plan was take out Isengard, team up with Rohan and Gondor, then that'll create like a good border versus Mordor. And Mordor's actually right over here. There's Mount Doom right there. Played a little bit of the campaign before against the Misty Mountains, or the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. And the big thing there is the Balrogs. They're pretty hard to defeat. You can see here there's Grima Wormtongue. He's got a bad habit of making my armies defect. Did that to a few of the armies in here and lost a couple of men, but that's okay because we've done a lot of damage to Isengard. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we've got we'll get some troops over here coming down. Got some more troops in, was it Loch Angren or Lond Angren? Loads of men in there, so we're going to check out the settlement stats. And we're going to see if we can take out some men. So we've got 5% elves. We're going to change to growth build. Hopefully they'll be happy with that, and we're going to take out some more men. We probably can't keep too many men in that settlement. We can't really afford to. So we're going to set it to growth build. And we're going to move these forces over. So I'm going to keep 3 units in there. It's a new settlement. It's just been taken. The enemy might try and recapture it. And we're going to move these guys over. So I am assuming that is Rohan's border. Again, this is the first time I've actually got this far in the campaign. I'm assuming because that's green, that's Rohan. I know Rohan from reading the books and watching the films. The map does say it is this area for Rohan. I don't want to go into their territory because we're not allies. Well, are we allies? If you are allies, then that's okay. Allies, Sylvan Elves, Dwarves, Free Peoples of Eriador. So let's try making an alliance with Rohan and Gondor. Can we build a diplomat? We've got a diplomat up here. They're keeping tabs on Goblin Town. Goblin Town is quite a large orc settlement. And that's really there to give me a heads up for Rivendell in case Rivendell gets taken over or gets attacked. Right, so they're going to have to move out anyway, so let's move these guys down. Maybe we can find out who actually owns this area. And if there's any... Well, there's a settlement right there. Let's move these guys down. If I know this area is secure, I'll just move these guys over, join up with that army there. And then we will start making moves on Orcs of the Misty Mountains. Loads of guys in there as well. But again, there's a settlement over here somewhere, probably right there. Need to keep that settlement fairly well enforced. So they're going to go into Argond. We're going to move these guys down, or even join up some of these forces into that army. The thing about Argond, it's quite a popular settlement for Isengard to attack. It's been pre-programmed. So I don't want to take out too many men from Argon because I actually fought a battle, I think it was the previous episode, and it was kind of 50-50 if we were going to win. It was a good cav charge, took out the enemy general, that saved the battle. Because we're playing on very hard, it's kind of... You have to be quite cautious in what you're actually doing, because if you lose too many troops, it becomes quite difficult. So we've got another guy over here. I think what we might do is... Right, we're going to look at the map. We're going to see... Yeah, so that's owned by Rohan. Owned by Rohan. So that is definitely Rohan. So we can move these guys over to join up with that army there. I'm going to put a watchtower right there as well. I'm going to move these guys back to Tal'Sir. Because I'm assuming that they'll probably try and counterattack against Tal'Sir, South Tharbad or Argon. Probably Argon. You can see here there's a Isengard army coming up. Plenty of troops there, they're high quality archers. They're building a leather tanner as well. Let's come out of that a little bit. So we've got a little bit of money as well. Let's see what Rivendell's doing. Can... Stables... Yeah, let's build the stables. There's a player called Koda. He's a well-known Rome Total War player. He also plays a lot of Medieval 2 Total War. He told me about horse archers with high elves. And I played a lot of battles previously in skirmishes in this campaign where I used archers. Took out some fairly large Isengard orc armies. But if I can build the horse archers, Koda told me about horse archers. If I can build them, that'll make it a lot easier taking out these armies. Move this guy's over. Keep that guy back there. Tal'Sir, what's Tal'Sir building? Can we retrain anyone? So we're probably going to end the turn there. Again, if we've got any more troops, I was building troops up here previously. So that's a settlement that's got very high tax rate. I might actually take that to high tax rate. They're a bit unhappy. They're a bit unhappy as well. Probably because the settlement's getting larger. Getting more tax from it as well. So we're probably going to end that turn there. Again, I know there's a orc village in here. Take them out later. Right now, I've secured the southern border. It looks pretty safe. Got the watchtowers. One Isengard army there, and there's a couple of orc skirmishing armies up here. But so far it's pretty safe. The campaign is going well. I know I've got about 350 turns. I've used about, well, we're on turn number 60. So we've used, maybe it's about 10% of the turns, or even less than that possibly. Or no, it's probably about 14-15% of the turns. And that's okay because we haven't wasted many turns. We've been pretty efficient of how we've played. We haven't lost too many battles, if any. I think we lost maybe like one. So there's a bride presented, betrothed, Beriaden. So that's basically a bride for one of the generals. Let's accept that. And so I'm assuming Rohan probably owns all this. If I can build another diplomat, I want to keep that diplomat up here. Where is it? Over here. I want to keep him there. Just give me a heads up in case anything moves. I can maybe even get the general. I mean, it is Elrond. I don't want to lose Elrond. So who else can build diplomats? Nope. 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 Yes. Upkeep 50 per turn. So it is costing money per turn. Getting about 1,400 per turn. Mithlon too far away. What was that one there? Nope. Right, I might just build another diplomat in Imladris and move him down. Because it's going to take time for him to come down anyway. That's going to take 1 turn to build. So it's probably better if I build 2 diplomats, and then I can make an alliance trade rights with Gondor and Rohan. Probably should have done that before, actually. Join him up. They're on growth build. And I might just keep, what's his name, Berioth Tarion. 27 years old, he's 4 stars, fairly loyal. I might keep him in that army. Talsier's got enough troops there. They're high quality troops. Can I retrain any? Probably need the Town Watch to retrain troops. I'll build the Town Watch there. Retrain some of that garrison. Because I could actually join these garrisons up, or join these units up to make better, more complete units. But I can't actually build any troops there, so it makes more sense to actually retrain them. South Thorbad probably needs to be reinforced. Fought that epic battle last episode. Likelihood Isengard will attack again. And I might actually move those guys into South Thorbad. Because these guys haven't been reinforced since the last battle. And the last battle I was expecting to lose that. It was only really the archers that sort of separated the enemy force. And towards the end, we managed to get the upper hand. We've got 1,000 left to spend. Horwell's pretty safe. I don't really know what's happened up here. I haven't really had any map updates. I haven't really fought the Orcs of Gundabad. They're actually kept up here. I fought the Misty Mountain Orcs a few times. Got Goblin Town right there, and mainly been attacking Isengard. Obviously, because it's actually a long campaign. We've got to take out. If it was a short campaign, it'd just be Orcs of Misty Mountains. But because it's a long campaign, we've got to take out Mordor and Orcs of Misty Mountains. So I think we're going to end the turn there. Played a couple of battles online, and I don't really know much about which factions are the best. Played a battle with Isengard versus Gondor. Isengard has fairly good infantry, but I do know a lot of people do say that Mordor is a fairly good faction. So I'm assuming that because it's a long campaign, maybe Mordor's a lot harder to take out. I might even actually try and get the ring. I keep on getting messages about the ring, the One Ring. I don't know all the benefits of actually capturing the ring, but if you play the Fellowship campaign, you can actually destroy the ring in Mount Doom. Agent detected Isengard. South Thorbad, so Argond. So there's a possibility he might have. I built a couple of watchtowers here. He could have a force in here. I know there's definitely a settlement in here. If you check out the border, there's definitely something over here. There's definitely going to be probably a town. There's a couple of sheep there, roads. Could be a large force here, and Argond will be the settlement he goes for. So I'm going to build. He's got walls. Let's go for the archers there. Okay, let's just go for both, and let's retrain. So we can't retrain anything just yet. We're going to build those 2 troops. Those guys are going to South Thorbad. Got about 2,000 denarii, or it's not denarii anymore, we're not playing Rome Total War, it's 2,000 gold coins I'm imagining. So let's move these guys over. I think we're going to go for a little adventure into Isengard. Again, we don't really know what's in this area. I know that that's the main Isengard settlement right there. That's if you ever watched the Lord of the Rings films and the second film, Helm's Deep, when the battle's over and you've got 2 of the hobbits, can't remember the names, I think it's Pippin and Merry. They're both in the woods. And they make friends with the Ents, which are the ancient trees which are actually alive. And they attack Saruman's main city, or main headquarters. That's the headquarters right there. So that's where the main power base is for Isengard. As you can see, we've actually pushed down quite far. We're not actually that far away anymore. There's probably, I would imagine, at most 2 or 3 settlements. You'll have the main one there. possibly one over here as well. Once we take it out of there, that'll be Isengard destroyed, hopefully. Let's move these guys over to South Tharbad. So, they've actually stumbled upon... Who's this? Is that Isengard? It looks like these guys are just rebels. It's about 2 to 3. Got 2 sword Quendi, 1 bow Quendi. So this would be quite hard to win. They have the advantage with the... I think it's like cavalry possibly. I mean, it's not a big deal if you actually lose this battle. It's only 3 troops. It would have been good to get these guys into South Tharbad. But if we take out the rebels, it's probably going to mean more money, because I think these guys might be slightly in the way of, or slightly in the territory of one of the settlements, which will actually decrease the trade for that settlement, so you actually lose money. So this battle has to be fought anyway. So the battle plan, obviously, is a hill advantage. It's AI we're fighting against. He has to attack us. Expert hiding woods. So he might have an advantage fighting in the woods. Some of his warriors have axes, might indicate barbarian possibly, which give them an advantage in snow and woods. So let's keep our guys on the top of the hill. That's probably the steepest part right there. If he's got cavalry, I might actually... I'll definitely keep the archers back. If he doesn't have cavalry... Because he does have a general, he's got a 4-star general. So he doesn't have general. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to separate my archers. These guys will be faster than the enemy, and we're going to triple speed it. Don't think he has any archers. Let's just check. They look more like skirmishers than archers. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do this. We're going to pull around the archers. We're going to try and get some good side-on shots. If we can, let's move these guys around a little bit. It's quite a steep part of the hill right there. And they're going to be really tired by the time you get up here. So they are a missile, but they're huntsman. Which... I don't see any bows. I see... Well, that's obviously axes right there. They're just going to be throwing javelins. They're not going to be firing anything. Peasant axemen. I think they're quite good. Peasant axemen again. We're just going to fire some arrows into that clump there. Our sword Quendi 1 versus 1 are far superior than these guys. He's probably got a bit of an advantage with that hill right there. He's not taking too much damage. I don't think we've actually got any shots in at all. I think that's the angle of the hill. Just fortunate how that's actually played out for him. Getting a couple of kills there. The biggest thing here is he's actually getting quite tired running up the hill. We are getting a couple of good shots in. So we're going to triple speed this. And I'm referring to it as triple speed. I don't know what the slang for 6 times. Maybe someone can let me know. So getting that's the angle change. We're getting far better shots in there. Going for the peasant spearman. I'm going to switch to the peasant axeman probably. Now we'll have the good hill advantage as well. And these guys are just tearing it up. Let's go for the peasant axeman. So that's the general right there. Gonna move over the archers, get some better shots in. And it's just the angle of the hill. It's not really the best angle. And he's, because I switched targets there, he actually moved back a little bit. I thought he was going to start attacking my Boquendi. Get some good shots in there. Again, I actually the Axemen are actually better troops than these guys. But I switched targets because these guys are getting a lot closer to my Sword Quendi. And it makes more sense to attack these guys first before they engage and then attack the Axemen. So I'm going to switch to the Axemen. We are going to charge down and try and get a charge in against the Huntsman. They'll probably, I'm assuming they'll have some sort of skirmish ability. Now we're going to catch some troops here, and the general unit, the Axemen, they're actually going to change targets and attack my Boquendi, which is a big mistake by him, because it means that we're going to destroy his top force, hopefully. So we do have the hill advantage. The Sword Quendi are a lot better than these troops. The Boquendi doing a good job here. They're on skirmish mode, which means that once we win up here, we'll be able to take out the general quite easily with the arrows. So the Sword Quendi obviously got the hill advantage. They're not doing as well on the right hand side. Obviously they're fighting the spearmen, and I think there's some of the huntsmen as well are actually over here. But the Sword Quendi will actually beat the spearmen. They're much better troops, and there might even be some disadvantage fighting infantry because they're spearmen, so we're going to triple speed this. And that's probably going to be game over quite soon. They're going to rout. Let's get these guys over to help fight the peasant axemen, or the peasant spearmen. It's going to be a win for us. It's going to put these guys into guard mode as well. Getting a lot of good damage there, and because his army is actually routed, he keeps on switching targets. It's the AI, he doesn't know what to do. It means that every time that happens, we're getting really good shots in the backs. And that's a far better angle for my archers. Let's take off guard mode. When they keep on firing, get the rear shots in. And we're just going to speed this up fully. It's a win for us. Might as well move further back. And that's quite a good target. It's quite close range. They're going to absolutely destroy the backs of the peasant axemen right there. 36, 33. And I think we're just going to end this, to be honest. Another good volley in there from the Boquendi. And we're going to charge in here. And we're going to continue this battle because he is a 5-star general. I don't know what the exact rules are with rebel generals, but if he was to recruit another army, it might be quite dangerous. So we're going to make sure he dies. He's just died right there. There's the Sword Quendi. That's going to be game over for us. That's a heroic victory for our side there. Again, we did have the disadvantage at the start, but as AI managed to utilise the hill advantage and separated his forces using the archer unit. Just didn't lose too many troops. We lost a couple of troops in the Sword Quendi. Man of the hour, 23 years old, 2 stars. Right, I'm going to accept that because I could do with having a couple extra generals just to bolster my southern settlements. And there's no generals in there, no one in there either, no one in there. So if I could put him, or even move someone further down into maybe Lond, Angren or Talsir. Because I want him to attack Isengard. But we don't want to have no generals here at all. So I'm going to put him into Talsir. Because South Arbad has someone already. And because Rohan actually owns the settlement, what we're going to do is we're going to move over more troops. We don't actually need to have all those troops in Lond Angren. Not really important, to be honest. They're going to go in there. And that might be actually the end of that turn. We've still got about 2,000 left. I'd like to build some more troops, if I can. Well, can't build anything. Can we build the Town Watch? Okay, land clearance will cost 800. Let's go for that. Oh well, Talsir, recruitment. Can't build anything just yet in Talsir. But we can build the Leather Tanner. Let's go for Leather Tanner. Hopefully we can start retraining troops in the next turn. And again, we're a bit weak in this area with what we can actually build. Okay, what I'm going to do is, Horwell doesn't need the land clearance. I was going to build the Town Watch in that settlement, but we can't actually afford it. So we're just going to leave it. We're going to build it on the next turn if we can. Because I feel on the left hand side of the map, we've done a really good job versus Isengard. But our settlements are a little bit weak just in case they attack. I don't think they will attack because we're close to Gondor, close to Rohan. Which reminds me, we should have a diplomat in Rivendell. Which we're going to move down to speak to Rohan. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turns for that diplomat to get down. I could have probably moved him down before. I think we just forgot about it though. So that general's going to come down to Talsir. We're going to move those guys into Talsir as well. I think once that happens, we're going to start. I mean, I don't want to wait too long. It's taking a bit long for us to actually be able to retrain troops. It's probably a combination of not having enough elves or elvish culture in the settlement. So we're going to start probably amalgamating some of the troops just to speed things up. It's probably not optimal to do this, but again, when you play on very hard, you don't want to wait too long. So Rohan actually owns that as well. So they're going to come down. I might actually build 2 massive armies here possibly. They've already got 3 troops. Let's just be hyper aggressive and just go for Isengard. There's no point, there's not really much point actually putting that general into these settlements. It looks pretty safe. These settlements are happy and they're gradually getting more culture. The more time that goes on, they're actually up to 5% now. Mainly Northmen and Dunedain or Dundane, however you pronounce that name. Follows in Mirkwell or Melkor at 30%. They're like orcs, and I'm assuming they're like orcs. So it's not really a massive population advantage for us, but they're fairly happy. We have it on Go for Build. And again, I think that's going to be the plan actually. Keep that army there. Build another army there. Take out troops from Talsir. And then move on Isengard properly. Because there's going to be a massive force right there. Guaranteed. So go back to the plan, Londir. Let's build the Town Watch. We can afford it now. That's what, 1600 gold coins. Build that. And that's going to be the end of that turn. Can't really build anything else. That's a new settlement. Gonna have to wait till we have more culture in that settlement before we can actually build more buildings. because unlike previous War games, Third Age relies on culture. It's kind of similar to Medieval, too, in the sense that how much your population determines what you can actually build. I think Third Age have gone further, where different buildings, for example, you can build the artist studio, which actually increases the culture in that settlement, which means that you might be able to build more troops or different buildings, or even quell a rebellion. So let's move. So I reckon what we might do is, we've got a watchtower right there. Not really any need for another watchtower. So let's move these guys into the army there, and then that should be enough. I mean, it's not the best defended settlement, but as long as he doesn't come around the side or anything, should be able to defend against that. Let's build a watchtower as well. Actually, is that a watchtower? There's already a watchtower there, so there's a bit of a grey area here where we can't see what's happened. He could actually come. There's a possibility of a weakness right here. But again, we can't really waste too much time. That's Rohan right there. So relations have actually worsened. We want to stay friendly with Rohan. And that's not an Isengard border. That looks like it's the Free Peoples of Eriador. I wonder if they've actually taken Isengard. Because I'm not really being attacked by Isengard too much, actually. The Isengard faction. It's an orc army right there. It's 3 units. There's my diplomat. It's a rebel army. So again, not really much more we can do. Just need to keep on. I'm going to put the... I've got 800 gold coins. I'm going to build the land clearance. And then we're probably going to just end the turn there. Nothing else we can build. We've got our 2 armies coming down. I'm going to probably keep those troops there just in case anything counterattacks. And there's enough troops in Argonne to defeat an enemy faction or enemy army that might try and attack. So let's end that turn right there. Again, it's going pretty well. You know, I think what we're definitely going to do is we're definitely going to use Rohan and Gondor to try and defeat Mordor. But we need to actually own 25 settlements. And we've only got about 15 so far. So there is a possibility in the future we might have to actually fight Rohan for more settlements. So the chieftain of Isengard is dead. So he's actually died before. If you watch some of the previous episodes, he actually died before. I don't know whether he actually died in combat or whether he died of old age. But obviously, it could be good or bad. So I think we're going to go for... It looks like Isengard is still stationary. They still have it. Rohan is neutral. If they actually talk to me like a diplomat, I'll definitely make the trade rights and the alliance. If they don't, I've got the diplomat coming down and he'll make negotiations. And hopefully, I mean, they seem pretty friendly. I mean, it's pretty black and white. I mean, you're either with the good forces, Gondor, Rohan, the Elves, or you're with Isengard and Mordor. But I want to take Isengard. That's going to be a good settlement to take. But obviously, it's going to be pretty well defended. And the Uruk-hai, heavy armor, good orcs, very strong, good defense, good stats. We might need both of these armies to take out Isengard. So I want to find the settlement if I can. It's going to be around here somewhere. Let's just end the turn, I think. I mean, we're not making too much money per turn had to set a lot of the settlements to growth build. You don't get that much money from growth build, but the benefit is the population is kind of happy. They get taxed less. The population is happier, and you don't have to worry about revolts. Let's accept that's a bribe percentage. You don't have to worry about revolts, but money can be an issue. So we're only making about 800 per turn. So we've got Isengard reached. It's the home of Saruman. So let's watch this cutscene. I will see some clips from the Helm's Deep film. Or the Twin Towers rather. That's pretty epic. That's the Isengard headquarters. We've got the moth there. And Gandalf is going to use the moth to call for help. So that's a pretty epic cutscene right there. You've reached Isengard or Iron Fortress, a large fortress guarding the fords of Isen from enemy incursions. Saruman made it his base of operations for his search for the One Ring and his attacks on Rohan. So by looks of it, it's not actually that well defended. Actually, it is pretty well defended. You've got Uruk-hai crossbowmen, Uruk-hai pikemen, Uruk-hai infantry. So you probably don't have enough to take that out. We've only got the 2 sword Quendi and the 4 bow Quendi with the general. So unlikely we can actually take that out. So we're going to go for the other settlements, I think, just now. Path blocked. Hopefully they actually talk and we can actually make the trade alliance. Again, we've got about 1500 gold coins. What else can we build? Let's strengthen our western area. I mean, the danger here is if I piss off Rohan too much by being in the territory, they might actually want to attack, and then I'd be kind of screwed because these areas don't really have the best defense. They're newly captured settlements, and they don't really have that much in the way of armies. So we're going to build the Archer Studio as well, I think. Let's build that. And they have to stay there till that army passes. Let's move forward our large army headed by General Khanid Hernon. If that's how you pronounce that name, that's a pretty cool name actually. Sparring commander, confident defender, siege expert. Winning first, understand logistics. So this guy here, this guy is probably one of the best generals to get actually. He's got, it looks like 1 gold chevron. I thought I had a general that had 3 gold chevrons. Is it him? No. It's definitely not him, he's got nothing. It's probably that guy there. You can get actually 3 gold chevrons. He's had a lot of battles against Isengard. Look at his retinue. Isengard armor. Because he's fought so many battles versus Isengard, he's actually got retinues that are to do with killing orcs and defeating Isengard. Orcs of the Misty Mountain Shield, Orcs of the Misty, Orcs of the Mountain's Blade, 1 respect, 1 to your general's hit points, Horn Slaughter. So he's been involved in a lot of key battles. Basically, South Tharbad. I've not actually been able to build troops in South Tharbad yet. So a lot of battles are actually minimal troops. This guy did really well to actually defend South Tharbad. So he's got loads of retinues, or retinue material that's to do with defeating orcs in Isengard. So we're going to end the turn there. I don't really feel as much else we can do. What else can we build? Vineyard. I don't need it. Let's just end the turn. So that's our diplomat coming down. And I want to talk to Rohan. I want to talk to Gondor. Because I would have thought Rohan would have actually sent a diplomat themselves. For some reason they haven't done that. maybe it's just the way that the campaign is actually being played out. So the One Ring has been located. Urgent news, my lord. Our spies have reported that Sauron's Master Ring is kept by General in Dunerd. If you want to acquire the One Ring, immediately direct a general and your forces to the settlement and conquer it before the One Ring is lost again. So where is that? That's right there. We could actually take that. There's a large Isengard army right there though. What I might do is I might actually combine both of these armies and then take out, because that's not going to be enough, is it? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sword Quendi, 2 bow Quendi, and quite an inexperienced general. He's got two command, but he's a bit weak. He's got no chevs. So that looks worse than what it is. It's only Dunlending clansmen, some Dunlending veterans, and snag archers. What's he got there? Crap. So that looks a lot worse than what it is. If he's got anything in here, we're going to be a bit screwed, but I think we're going to go for the siege. I'm fairly certain I can win against the AI, against what he has. And let's just maintain siege. So this is going to be quite interesting if we capture the One Ring. Never actually captured it before. I've tried to capture it before in previous campaign up here, but I was either too late or too slow, or it moved on. I'm going to do this on the first turn. So let's see if we can actually capture it. So we got it held up here by Rohan. I think Rohan wants to go for Isengard. Rohan has been pummeling Isengard as well. And I think our diplomat should be, is that our, yeah, that's the diplomat right there. Let's move him over here, actually. You'll get there faster. So 2 turns and we're going to make an alliance with Rohan. And also the benefit there is he's gone through the Fogs of War area. Nothing else there. We're going to go for the settlement. This is the rest of the faction turns. Again, there's a load of stuff happening on the right hand side of the map. So this is what I didn't want to happen. He sent in another army on the right hand side. What's he got? Raiders. I don't know, will we do this? It's 2-1. We don't have the archer advantage either. I don't think there's any cavalry. Alright, we're going to do it. Might as well just give it a go. Piper does not back down. This is 2-1. And he's got a lot of infantry, and it's not elite infantry. It looks like it's mainly sort of average infantry. But we're fighting against the AI. He's got to attack me. I can choose the ground. Plus I've got the sword Quendi as well. Let's go for a hill. Is there any hills anywhere? Looks like a good hill right here. Not the best hill to defend. Could go over here as well, I guess. So we're gonna have to, yeah, put these guys up here. We'll have a slight advantage being on the hill, not a major advantage. Archers over here, Snaga archers. Let's get these guys in loose. Cavalry as well. So probably not the best place for the enemy army to come in, just to my left hand side. So this is not good at all actually. I don't really want him to be deploying over there. It's actually very close as well. But you can't really do much to attack because you want the hill advantage. So it's going to be have to be a very fast win. So we're going to do this. We're going to use the hill advantage, but we're going to use the cavalry. So I don't want to space out the cavalry too much, or the archers, because I want to make sure I can rout him fast. So in theory I would like to separate his forces, use the archers. Can't really do that because he's so close. And even if I do win that, he's going to have the hill advantage. So his best troops are the Uruk-hai Raiders and the Clansmen. I've got 5 units of fairly good Sword Quendi. He's so fucking close. So I've straight away gone for Flaming Arrows. I need a fast route for us to be effective. It's not going to work. We're going to have to attack here. So this is going to be pretty bad for us, to be honest. I'm going to see if I can somehow get the route in the centre. So it's not looking too good now. Shit. So we've just been outflanked as well. So if we can route the left hand side, there's still more veterans coming over. Not looking too good for us, to be honest. It looks like they've routed. Yeah, they've routed. I'm going to pull back the cavalry. I'm going to go for rear charge versus the Clansmen. This could be bad because they're spearmen. But if you get a fast route on those guys, come on, route. They have to route before my general dies. So my general's down to 2. So they've broken, so he's like back up the hill. So we can still win this. So those guys are 47, they can still come back, so we're going to use the cavalry, chase them right off the field. Again, it's not looking that good, to be honest. They're still broken. So how the hell did they come back? They came back from routing even though I was chasing them down? Seems a bit unfair. So it looks like we're going to lose this battle. Might be better if we actually withdraw now. So let's actually withdraw from the battle. If we can, that is. So we're going to withdraw from the battle. We're going to triple speed. We can't win. Oh shit. He withdrew straight into the enemy ranks. Well done. Looks like he's still alive though, it's okay. We'll fight another day. So that was a bit of a disaster actually. We lost a lot of men. We killed about half the enemy though. And he had a lot more troops than us. So it's not a complete disaster. We did a lot of damage. We've got another army coming up actually. And I'm pretty sure we could actually defeat that, what remains of his army, using that Elvish army coming up from Isengard. So a bit annoying there. I don't know how that pans out with the One Ring. That was our chance to take the One Ring, but I'm sure there'll be other chances in the future. We've saved the general as well. We're going to fight another Isengard army right here. So he's came out to attack me. And again, this is different now. We've got four Boquendi and 2 sword Quendi. They're not full strength. Uric Reavers, pretty good actually. Bones fighting cavalry, excellent against armor. So we're going to fight this one. Again, it's like 7-5's got the advantage, but again, he is having to attack me. I can choose the ground, but again, we're getting really close to ending Isengard. Rohan is coming up from the south. Rohan has done a lot of damage to Isengard. Again, we lost the previous battle, but Isengard doesn't have the money, the infrastructure to keep on replenishing the troops. So again, it's going to be a much larger force we're fighting against. So we're going to space out the archers. I didn't see any snag archers. And it looks like he's got the advantage with the hill. Check out his army. What's he got? So he's going to run down. He's probably going to go for my sword Quendi. Oh, she's got Warg Riders. So that's bad for us actually. I'd hate to think we lose 2 massive armies. And the catapult as well. So being AI, he's not going to bother using the catapult straight away. He's going to just charge down. So we're going to have to... The biggest threat in this battle is the Warg Riders. I'm going to have to use our cavalry, which are 1 silver chev. Don't know if these guys are chev. These guys have some chevs. Again, some of the cavalry doesn't show the flags in Medieval 2 Total War. So even though that guy's actually 1 silver chev, doesn't actually show on the flag. Or it might show on the flag, but unless you're an expert with all the different flags, it's quite hard to know who's good. So there's the Uric missile. What's that? Missile... crossbowmen. So we're going to switch these guys to loose formation. Hopefully they can get some shots in versus the crossbowmen. And he wants to go for the sword Quendi. So that's actually quite good for us actually. He's got most of his crossbowmen going for these archers. I'm going to attack the Uruk-hai archers right there. I think these guys are pretty good, so I'm going to use the cavalry against those guys. They're actually going for my sword quendi. So I'm going to switch these guys to loose formation, give them the advantage. Again, I could have gone for a charge there, but I want to take out these Uruk-hai archers first. It's getting shot from all sides here. It's getting absolutely destroyed in the archer war. So I don't know the stats on these archers. Obviously they're Uruk archers, they're going to be better than your average archers. But again, against cavalry they should actually fall pretty easily. They're down to 27. Uruk Reavers are coming up, so these guys have an advantage versus cavalry. So I'm going to have to pull those cavalry back if these guys get any closer. Okay, pull back. So those Uruk archers did actually really well to hold out for so long versus my cavalry. Actually, I might as well just stay here because I've got the... Oh, it's the Warg Riders. These Warg Riders have to go down. There's a general right there. The general might be amongst those Warg Riders. So I don't want them to attack the Dunlending clansmen. So we're going to go for the hammer and anvil right here. So if we can take out the Warg Riders, that'll be really helpful. I'm going to hammer and anvil the Uruk Reavers from behind. Hopefully that routs them fast. How the hell did they get behind? They're gonna have to come back. So your Grievers are losing versus the Sword Quendi. We're gonna go for a side charge. Or let's outflank actually. For that rear charge does some damage to the Uruk Reavers. Don't want our general to die. That's the Warg Riders. Are they routing? Just take those guys out. I'm going to put our general right close to the Sword Quendi for extra support, and then if we can win the battle over here. Hopefully they can defeat the Warg Riders. These guys forward. So that might be the general. So it looks like he's actually... Oh shit. General, do not die. Come back. So we went for a charge versus my general. We're going to use our sword Quendi. And we still got the special ability, which we're going to use with the... Let's use special ability. So just use the special ability button right there. Hopefully they'll defeat the pikemen. Still got our archers as well. I don't really think, unless you can use the warg riders. So the Uruk-hai pikemen are going to die fairly soon. Still got another one coming up, and so that warg rider unit. So yes, the general's actually died right there. Finally. So you got kind of lucky actually. He had a lot of really good shots in. So we're going to send over 2 units. I think those sword Quendi are basically had it, to be honest. We're going to pull over our general and we're going to go for the catapults. Uruk Reavers, yep. So we're going to shoot the Uruk Reavers. They don't have good defense versus missile. And they still got a unit of pikemen as well. We're going to go for the catapults with the cavalry supporting. Still got our general, unless he actually shoots them. Might be within range right there. Let's bring in the cavalry. So you will have the range advantage versus the enemy crossbowmen. I think that's probably the battle one actually. Keep our general back just in case. So that's our sword Quendi. They did a great job. They're actually routing. And let's get everything organised. So he's really only got a couple of units of crossbowmen, unit of pikemen, and maybe some reavers possibly. Uruk pikemen 41, missile 48, 48. He's got a lot of... He's got pikemen 41, the rest of them are missile. And we have the cavalry advantage as well, which we'll try and use to take out some of his missile troops. So just look at all the dead bodies here. That was the epic last stand from Sword Quendi. They sacrificed themselves, but they may die in the battle, but I'm pretty certain that it's going to be a victory for us. So we're getting so many good kills here. Let's use the cavalry against the archers. So these guys are... It looks like these guys are routing. Yeah, they're routing. They don't have a general anymore, so this charge might actually rout them. Let's go for flaming shot in if we can. We're going to use flames to target those guys. Oh damn, the general just died. So our general actually just died there. I thought we could do a lot of damage to the archers. Are they routing? So unfortunately our general actually died. I didn't expect those guys to hold up that well. Again, the Uric archers are probably really good on the stats. We've got everything attacking those units of crossbowmen. Oh, paused it by mistake there. Yeah, and they're going to rout. So we're going to get everything to start attacking the enemy missile. So they actually came back from routing there, which is quite strange. Maybe as if you can do another rear charge. So all we can really do is keep on triple speed. Try and do as much damage as we can. Fortunately, we actually lost the general. Again, those Urukite archers and crossbowmen, fairly good value for money. I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to do a massive attack now, I think. We have the advantage. And that's going to be a win for us, but a very close battle there, and we lost the general, stupidly lost the general. But again, when I lost the general, the battle it wasn't totally going to be a win for us, it could have been a loss. I wasn't sure, I mean I don't know how good these archers are, the Urukite archers and the crossbowmen. Looks like they're actually pretty good. So they might have actually held out versus the Boquendi. But it's not the end of the world, to be honest. He's only a fairly new general, only got him a couple of turns ago. And that's going to be a win for us. So it is a win, but again, the bulk of our forces in the southern part of the map have actually gone now. So we're going to have to do a bit of a recruitment drive, try and get some more forces. So the benefit of that is we're going to get a lot more money per turn, a lot more gold coins. But we're leaving ourselves a bit weak to Isengard. So if we make the alliance with Gondor and Rohan and get the trade rights as well, it means that we're going to get a lot more money per turn. So we're not going to ransom, we need to execute, because if we actually let him have all those troops back, he may attack again, and we'd be in serious trouble. Man of the hour, yes. So that's actually a new general. He actually replaced the other general that just died. Again, look at how much money we actually have there. We're going to have to build more troops. So where can we build troops? Build some there. Starbad, still can't build any troops. Talsir can't build anything. Argond, nothing. Argond already has some troops there. I'm pretty sure Erenborn can build troops. Okay, we're going to have to build some troops in Rivendell. The good thing about that is we're going to get, it's going to be 4 turns, we actually get 4 more troops, or rather 8 turns. So that's going to take a bit of time. But you still have an army here with that general. So we've left ourselves a little bit weak from that engagement. Can't really build anything else in this area. We're gonna have to start recruiting further back. Right. Just gonna have to build what we can and then move these troops down. Nothing really else we can do. I mean, the last push was pretty good. We did a lot of damage to Isengard. We've taken out that large force. I would have liked to have taken a settlement though. Right, that's really all we can do in this turn. There's our diplomat right there. Let's get him to talk to that army, or Rohan. Once they actually make the alliance, make the trade rights, we're going to move the diplomat down to Gondor and... what's that? Edoras. So because he's actually an ally, I'm getting to see things that the Free Peoples of Eriador actually take over. So we have Edoras right there. I'm assuming that's correct. Very large army as garrison. Still got some troops in Taos here. If he does actually counterattack, there's enough there to put up at least some kind of defense. Just gonna have to end the turn there. What's our guy doing? He can't actually do anything. Let's just put him in the forest. So that army is mainly archers anyway. So there's a good possibility that they might actually be able to ambush an enemy force, and because there's archers as well, they can hide in forests and shoot from different directions. So unfortunately he's actually attacked again with his other army, and it's not going to be good for us. It's about 7-3, so it's actually worse than 2-1. Got our 4 archers there, the Sorquend in general. So I wonder if we're actually ambushing him, or whether this was actually an attack. Might be an attack actually, maybe he was attacking from the previous battle. So, can we maybe hide the Swordquendi somewhere? There's nowhere to hide the Swordquendi. Hide him over here possibly? No. No. So we can't really hide the Sorquendi. We've got the archers. I think the plan's just going to be do as much damage as we can. Can't really withdraw because we'll be in a worse position. Or we could withdraw actually, but likelihood he's going to attack anyway. And this is where playing a very hard comes in. You can see here we've just lost 2 massive... Well, we won the previous battle, but it was almost like a Pyrrhic victory. We lost so many troops that now we have to replace those troops. So see, if you play the very hard campaign, you try and lose as few troops as possible. It makes your life so much easier later on in the battle, or later on in the campaign. Because very hard versus all this is a little bit difficult. We can't really do anything, to be honest. It's just basically try and... He's got no cavalry, I guess. He's got any archers? Snag archers. We've got to use the general to fight the snag archers. What's on the right hand side? He's got Dunlending veterans again. Get these guys over, let them start shooting. Use the cavalry against the snag archers. So use the cavalry, try and get a good fast right at the start, hopefully against the skirmishers or the archers. I'd rather get the kills on the archers, to be honest, because they have a range advantage, but we're going to go for the skirmishers because they're closer. And they're going to get right in there for some good kills. And they got caught on the slide there. They're hopefully, it says victory is a distinct possibility. They are fighting cavalry though. Just hope the cavalry doesn't get shot by my own archers. I'm gonna have to pull back the cavalry. These guys are too close. They're spearmen. Probably lose some troops from that. Come on, get out. What's that? Yurikai Raiders. They're not cavalry, they're just very fast infantry. So the plan here is just try and fall back now, try and get any shots in that we can. Is that the archers right there? So I'm going to pull around the cavalry, go for the archers. And let's try and get some shots in. So it's kind of hard keeping track of where people are because the map is kind of grey and it is raining. So the cab's going to go for the archers there. They'll have a good advantage. The archers are in loose formation as well. There's nothing else round about to support. They're going to go for the clansmen. Uric Raiders. Wonder if you can maybe use hammer and anvil. Run. Where's him? Oh shit. Let's go for the charge there. That's a good charge actually. Where's our cavalry? Oh damn, the cavalry. So the cavalry got caught by the York Raiders. Got a lot of kills on the archers though. I'm gonna keep the Sword Quindy right here. Hopefully we can get some good kills. They're definitely gonna lose that battle there, but there's nothing else we can do. They would have got caught otherwise, and they're just gonna have to do as much damage as they can. And is that the archers routing? So that's the archers actually routing there. So I've got our cavalry. I don't know where it's better to pull the cavalry. Okay, let's pull the cavalry over here in the centre. Maybe they might try and go for the general and they'll pull troops back, get shots into the backs possibly. Gonna be pretty difficult to win this though. So right there, they're actually pulling back. We're gonna get some shots in the backs of those clansmen. Towards our general. Moving our general to the very centre. Put on skirmish mode. So we are actually getting some good shots in here. The snag archers are gone. The enemy is getting tired as well. Yeah, I'm fairly certain the snag archers left the field. That's the enemy right there. I know there's a unit of snag skirmishers about. And I'm going to keep these guys in loose formation as well, just in case they get caught. That's the snag skirmishers right there. So I wonder if we can maybe go for the general. these guys forward. Again, it's kind of debatable whether this is actually winnable anymore. So what's he got left? He's got one clansman full strength almost. One quarter strength. One snag skirmisher. One Yorick raider. One clansman full strength. And there's something over here as well. That's the spearmen. So this is winnable. We've done enough damage actually that we've taken out a lot of the enemy troops. We've got a lot of arrows left. But again, it's kind of difficult to actually beat this many troops with just arrows. If you can find the general, is that a general right there? It's not the general. The general right there, possibly? Yes, general. So Yorick Raiders full strength as well. Get more troops here as well. We've got archers up here as well. Everything's in skirmish mode, don't need to worry too much. Take out those veterans, I guess. Are they spearmen? So they're not spearmen, we might go for a cav charge versus the veterans. But you are getting a lot of good damage here against the sides of the Isengard force. I'm going to go for a cav charge. See if I can rout these guys. So we've actually taken out that unit of veterans right there before they could actually come back and attack. They're now up to 2 chevrons. Don't think they're gold. I think they're just bronze chevrons. So again, just have to keep on getting the side-on shots, try and get as much damage as we can, run away, and then try and do what damage that we can. Just got to keep track of everyone. So we are somewhat pulling it back. So let's go for the snag of skirmishers. We might actually hammer an anvil. We've got the opportunity right here. If they don't come back up. So in the verge of wavering, we're going to attack from both sides. And that's going to be pretty good for us. We're just taking out the snag of skirmishers. We're going to continue the attack, try and get these guys off the field. Again, just try and get as many kills as we can with the cavalry against the snag of skirmishers. Obviously this battle is timed as well. And they're now 17. So those snag of skirmishers are 17. I don't think they'll come back from it. They might come back. Again, we need to try and kill the general. So I wonder what's worse or what's better, the clansmen or the Uruk-hai raiders. I think the raiders are faster. Again, we've kind of pulled it back a little bit. We haven't. I mean, this isn't a definite win for us. Just we've got a good possibility of a win now. But again, there's a lot of enemy troops in this area that can still come back. So one of my cav got caught there. That's a general. Don't die. Damn. I thought the general actually died there. He didn't die. It was someone else. So that's a gen right there, he had a lucky escape. So they're spearmen. I'm going to pull these guys through the centre, see if you can draw some of the spearmen away. Because the archers are gone, the skirmishers are gone as well. Yeah, so we're going to pull these guys forward. Pull the general forward, try and draw some of the AI away. They're getting some good shots in there versus the backs of the Uruk-hai raiders. And they're going to get opened up by the archers. The plan's actually working. To keep the cavalry there, pretend like we're not going to move them, pull them back. I thought he actually glitched there for a second. So we're going to go for these clansmen, the right hand side. We're going to hammer an anvil. We're going to take these guys out once and for all. I think that's going to happen. I think the combination of being low on men, the tiredness, my sword Quendi my bow Quendi are fairly fresh. These guys are going to be exhausted. I'm going to charge these guys in. Go for the quick route. But they are spearmen, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful. So I want them to actually get the fast route. If we can. Is that going to be a route there? So we weren't actually able to get the fast route. But we did do... Oh, we actually got the route actually, just in time. We're going to charge the clansmen again just to make sure they're right off the field. Some of them actually came back before, so we're going to make sure they don't come back ever again. And the battle's slowly turning in our favour. Again, I had to do quite a lot of micro in this battle, had to manage the troops quite a lot, but managed to get the side-on shots with the arrows. And fingers crossed we can still get the win. There's more clansmen routing. We're going to switch to flaming arrows now. And let's get the cavalry. Where's the cavalry? It's up here. I can watch those clansmen. And hopefully we can get the rear shots now. Again, I switched to flaming arrows. Keep these guys on regular, I think. That might be them withdrawing actually. So there's still a lot of enemy troops here. There's not a definite win for us just yet. Still a lot of enemy Urukai warriors. And I think what we might do is do a hammer and anvil on these guys. These guys will be on the verge of routing actually. They're done a lot of running, they're very tired. They've suffered a lot of damage. Pull back the cavalry. Again, I could have probably won that battle there, but I don't want to take any chances just in case. And that's going to be effectively game over now. Let's pull back the cavalry. Still 35 Urukai raiders, that's still quite a lot left. These guys are probably going to start to rout quite soon. And I'm going to pull over the cavalry. I'm going to try and hammer and anvil these guys. Again, just leave these guys to fire at will. They'll do what they can against the enemy Urukai raiders right there. Move over the cavalry and hope... Oh shit. Why are they engaged? So what we're going to do is we're going to hammer and anvil, I think. 45, 45. Although we still got the archers here, there's still loads of arrows left. You're better just to use the arrows first, I think, just in case. They're doing a lot of damage. The other archers are shooting the Urukai warriors, or Urukai raiders. They're down to 17, so they're almost going to rout. We're not going to attack just yet. We want to make sure we get the win. Some more shots in there. And they're just going to follow us around. Might as well try and get some good shots in there before we actually charge. So they're down at 41, so we've got another 2 kills there. So all the kills matter. And I think it's probably time now just to end it. So the Boquendi 20, and they're a lot more fresher than the clansmen. And that cav charge will rout them. Over on the other side. So let's switch to flaming arrows. It's going to be a win for us. And they're already wavering, and that's going to be a victory for our side. So that's quite a very close battle there. I wasn't really expecting to win that battle. And is that the general? So you want to make sure the general dies. I don't want him to come back. Fairly close to the red line though, he might actually escape. So how many's left? What, 13 left? He's right there. So to 1. Goes forward. Oh, too much. So we actually managed to just escape there, but that's a win for us anyway. We managed to win the battle. We've managed to save the general, and a very close battle there. Killed a lot of the enemy soldiers and units in that area of the campaign map. So we're going to continue that right there. Again, probably a little bit unfortunate for us. We've killed, what, 3 massive armies of Isengard, but Rohan will probably reap the benefits of it. Again, we're going to execute. We can't really afford to have too many enemy troops in that area. So, unless we've got any more major battles coming up, we're probably going to end the episode right here. We've got our diplomat coming down to speak to Rohan. We'll do that right now, actually. So Rohan is nowhere to be found. Let's just go down to that settlement right there. So like I said before, I'm going to probably end the episode. We've done a lot of damage there to Isengard. We've suffered a bit of damage ourselves. Lost a lot of troops. But again, it's a very long campaign. The top left, we've got more armies being built. They're going to come down. We've got a lot of settlements here. And again, we haven't really captured any settlements on this episode, but we've done a lot of damage to Isengard, and then the plan will be link up with Rohan, Gondor. There's already a settlement right there. And then we are going to march on the Orcs in the Misty Mountains and take out Mordor. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Third Age Total War. Again, it's an epic mod. Really enjoying playing the High Elves so far. So like always, if you haven't already, like, comment and subscribe. This is Piper signing off.